Hello everyone, I'm Juggerite. Welcome to my Minecraft Bedrock Survival Let's Play series. Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Today is a special day. We are going to build an in-ground mob farm that should be active pretty much anywhere around the base. And because we have our caves lit up and everything, we should get some pretty decent rates. We're going to filter out spiders, but we're going to allow all the tall mobs through. So that's going to be the skeletons, the witches, the zombies, and the creepers. So we can get all them good drops that the witches will give us, even though we have the skeleton and the zombie farm. We also have reached 20 subscribers, so big shout out to all of you guys. And we're finally going to get to build that building over there on the edge of the cliff. And I've been really excited about that, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy that concept as much as I am. So I thought right here would be a good spot, kind of pretty much underneath the base. And we can cover it right back up. We want to go down here just a little bit, and I mean this is going to be a mob farm that you guys are pretty familiar with. I've seen a lot of people use this particular design. We're going to use water to flush the mobs, and of course, you know, the water patterns lead to one particular diamond shape that you would use to do that. And we are going to use etho clock to power the system, and then we are going to have observers to link it all together. So that's pretty much what we're going to do here. So we're going to go in, and we're going to get a starting point, and once we get to that starting point, we are going to go, water travels 8 blocks. So we want to go 10 blocks in each direction from this torch right here. This torch is going to be our central location. Is literally right at the foot of the bed upstairs. So that's what we're going to go by. I try to get in bed and sleep at night just to keep the phantoms from spawning and creepers from you know, coming around and blowing stuff up. So if I'm anywhere, you know, within that range, it's definitely gonna work. So I'm just gonna get this shape kind of started here, and then come right back to you. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we are technically gonna take this square all the way down. Pretty much. So we are going to, on a diagonal diamond shape, as I had mentioned, dig this all the way out, connecting the two ends for all the corners. And you can do that simply like I am right here by coming in a block each time. And as you can see, that'll leave, boom, connecting them two corners. And we're going to have this little diamond shaped pattern right here. And I'm going to do that to the other 3 corners of this. And then we are going to go all the way down quite a ways. Alright, so this is what it looks like once it's all opened up. And I think we're going to go all the way down to level 11. There are going to be 2 high platforms that we're going to put in place afterwards. This is what you should have if you're doing this to start with. Now, a lot of these mob farms and everything, people put them above ground and create AFK platforms and stuff like that for them. We're not necessarily going to worry about that. We're not even worried about the XP drops from these mobs. We're just worried about the loot. That's all we're trying to do is collect the loot. And we have more than enough string and spider eyes to last us a lifetime, I'm pretty sure. And those are really, really easy to get. So that's why we're not really worried about those. So by filtering the spiders out, hopefully they will, any that spawn in here will despawn and another mob will be able to take its place. And we won't have string clogging up our inventory once we get down there and get that set up. So I'm going to dig this down, and it's going to be quite a process. When you do these things, you probably want a good 8 to 10 layers is what you're after. I think I'm going to have a slightly higher amount than that, which is fine. Again, any kind of, if I come across any kind of cave openings or anything like that, I'm going to obviously light those areas up as best as I can, and of course gather whatever resources that we need. And I'm probably going overkill with these torches because it's going to be a pain when I have to come back and take them out, but that's fine. It's just a lot of digging, and this is a project that would have been better to do after we had a beacon. So, maybe we should consider doing that really soon. I can show you guys a fun way to do that. But right now I'm going to get to work, and I'll meet you back at the bottom. Okay, I haven't made it to the bottom yet, but as you can see, I have found some caves that I'm lighting up. It doesn't seem to be a massive amount of caves, but it's definitely more than I expected to find. And all these little spots where these mobs can spawn are going to hurt your rates, and that's why a lot of people do this above ground. So, I mean, we're not looking for humongous results. We're just, every extra little bit helps kind of thing. So, in the concept of the farm itself, and obviously when 118 comes out, the bottom of the world is going to be lowered. There's going to be more caves and everything. So, we're going to have to do some more lighting up in order to keep our rates where we want them anyways. But, for the purposes of this location, I just thought it would be something fun to do, and it's something that I've never done, and so I thought that, hey, why not do it together in our world and see, what kind of results we get and how it turns out. So I'm going to finish lighting up these caves and everything and gathering up all these resources that I find, which seems to be quite a bit of iron, and quite a few mobs down here that are holding items, meaning that they would never have despawned. So if I wasn't doing this, these mobs would be there forever, and those kind of things can lead to lag and all sorts of problems. So this doesn't actually just help our mob farm situation. This will actually help with that too. So I'll see you guys this time when we get to the bottom for sure. Alright, I've made it down to level 11, and the reason why I chose level 11 is because I wanted to leave just enough room underneath for our storage room. We're gonna do some auto sorting and stuff with 2 deep chests. I think should be sufficient for what's going on here. I should have plenty of time to check it and get it emptied out before it can, overflow too bad and get clogged up. But I changed out all the gravel with cobblestone. Just wanted you guys to know that. That's what all the cobblestone is on the walls that are staying. And level 11 is also the level that we have our mine on. Because until 118 comes out, that's the best level for diamonds. So this gives us a pretty useful access to, or a pretty easy access to the farm if we ever need to get in here. And we can make a staircase going down to level 5 where the bedrock is to get to the storage room underneath. But yeah, we've got pretty much Well, I was thinking about squaring this out, but I really don't think that's gonna be necessary. I think we can do the water filtering. Yeah, I think we should be able to do the water filtering with the diagonals. We just have to be careful not to turn it into still water. So we're probably gonna have to place water like every other spot or something like that. So this is our center. So this is where we're gonna want our collection area to be, and we're gonna have hoppers coming all the way around here and feeding into a chest. So probably need to take this down one more, just like that. And we are going to use signs to block our gates. Probably gates would probably be the easier way to block the water from coming in here. And we're going to use campfires on top of hoppers to feed into our collection system. And the mobs will all get pushed into this center area where the campfires will burn them up. The hoppers will collect the resources, send them into a chest, and then filter through our collection system. I don't think we're going to get to the collection system today because I want to do a little bit of a detailed explanation on that, and I don't think we're going to have enough time for that. So we'll probably do that in an episode real soon. But for now, we definitely want to get the collection system set up, get the platforms in, and definitely get this thing where it's collecting things for us, and see what kind of rates we can get. And well, just finding diamonds is always good, even when it's unexpected. I mean, we have no shortage of diamonds, but a few more never hurt. So I'm definitely going to collect those. And the redstone too, why not? I mean, we have plenty of redstone for now, but once we start getting into some of these more complicated builds, it's definitely going to go pretty quick. So we definitely want to always get what we can when it comes to the redstone. Alright, so what we want to do first is get our collection chest in place. It's going to go down here. And then we want all of our hoppers, and I've only got 4 on me, it looks like. But we definitely want to get all of our hoppers feeding into that. I'm going to go ahead and do what I can with these. And we'll just take the middle row going straight into the chest, and then on the sides, we're going to feed into that middle row. So that's kind of what's going to go on there. And that should allow for a sufficient amount of time between the hoppers to be able to handle whatever mobs are coming down. I don't think it's going to be any kind of crazy numbers to where the hoppers have trouble collecting it. And if it does seem to be an issue, we can always redesign the layout somehow and make whatever alterations we need to. Alright, I'm 1 hopper short, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and place our campfires on the rest of these, and I'll get that hopper in place in a little bit. But so this is what we're going to have right now, and we're going to want our fence gates up above the hoppers to keep the water from or up above the campfires to keep the water from flowing in. So you can just kind of click on the campfires and place them up above it. And we're probably just cover over the chest. We're not really going to have a need to open that. Maybe I'll use like some upside down staircases just in case temporarily. But we're going to open up all these fence gates just to make sure that the mobs can get through nice and easy and the water stays out. So yeah, we're going to do some upside down staircases right here. We need this to be solid, and if we do need to get into that chest for whatever reason, we don't want it to be a problem. So that's you see, you can still access it. Now I think we're pretty much set to get the water in, but before we do that, let's go ahead and I'm going to make a, well, that wasn't really a good test, but see how it doesn't come back into the fence gates, no matter where you place it. We're going to be placing it on the outside ends coming in, so it's going to flow just like this, and it shouldn't reach the fence gates anyways, but in some of the diagonal areas around it might. Just to be cautious, that's what the fence gates are for. But hopefully all the mobs will push right into the campfires and they'll burn, but the hoppers will collect their drops before the drops burn up. That's the idea. So we're not going to do that yet, though. We are going to get our platforms all in place, and let's get started on that so I can show you what to do. Alright, so I'm a couple blocks up above the fence, up above the drop area there. We want there to be room for the mobs to push in, but this is going to be basically a little platform where the hopper, or the etho hopper clock is going to be, and it's going to basically set the timing for the whole system. I don't really have the everything I need for this at the moment, but that doesn't matter. Once we'll get it basically set up, and then we're not going to actually initiate it until we have all the other layers in place. So we definitely are going to need some dispensers and observers. You're going to need one dispenser and one observer for every level of your farm. So like I said, this is going to be our starting point. This is where our hopper clock is going to go, down here on this platform. So we want our first dispenser with our first floor at least one block up above this. And I'm going to end up having to expand this platform out a little bit more later on, when I see how much room it's going to actually take. But for now, basically, we want to come out off of this dispenser 7 blocks in every direction. So we're going to go ahead and throw some water in there, and when you power this, it turns on the dispenser, right? So that's basically what the idea is. And I just broke through the floor. So we're going to power it back off, and basically every other level is going to be flooded while the other levels are spawning. And then we'll wash those mobs off while the other layers are spawning. And that's kind of the idea here. So you've got comparators coming off of your hoppers to read what's in there, and then you're going to have repeaters, and then you're going to have your redstone dust connecting your repeaters to your sticky pistons. Regular pistons would probably do fine. There's not really doesn't really have to pull the block if the next one's pushing it, but that's pretty much how you do the hopper clock. And basically what's going to happen is when the redstone comes, it's going to turn on the dispenser, and when the redstone will then get pushed away, and then when it comes back, it'll turn the dispenser back off if it's already on. So that's the idea of what's going on here, and we can work out the timing with the amount of items we place into the hoppers, and that's how we'll control everything. And basically, once we get to this floor in, I will show you, once we get ready to go to the next floor, how the observers are going to interact with everything in order to basically have a domino effect all the way up the mob farm. So water runs 8 blocks, so off of your dispensers you're going to want to come out exactly 7, and then you're going to have like a diamond shape coming back in, basically following the water patterns just like we did carving this thing out, except for we went 2 blocks past where the water would go. And that's all there is to it really in concept wise. It's just a lot of time in the execution. Alright, make sure as you're building this up, you light up your platforms. You don't want mobs to spawn before you're ready for them. It can cause a lot of problems and maybe even damage some things that you have going on. And I have a spot. I thought I had a spot. Well, we'll do this one here, where I can kind of tower up as we go up so that I can break back down and into the bottom here. So I'm going to get that all situated. Kind of clean up the bottom here so it's out of the way. And maybe do a little bit more expanding down here on this platform to get it ready. But everything should be pretty good, I think. We're just missing the hoppers. So once the hoppers get in, we'll be set. And I want to get this area down here lit up also, because I don't want to come back down and find a bunch of mobs down here either. So basically you're going to place a block on top of your dispenser. And then you're going to need... well, where is it? I got a full inventory here. Alright, so some quartz and some dust. We need some observers. There we go. Let's get the quartz back in there, and probably the dust out of my inventory too. But we're gonna go ahead and actually, yeah, let's make some dispensers too. At least a couple to get us started. I got a whole shulker box here full of bows. Yep, there we go. And if you know how many layers you have, if you get all this stuff made to start with, you can get in a rhythm and it'll go a little bit smoother for you. I'm not exactly sure how many layers there are going to be to this thing, other than I know that it's more than 10, but I think it's like less than 15. I mean, I could do the math, but you know, that's not really your boy's thing here. So even though I'm good with math, trying to commentate and build and do math at the same time, it's a lot. So yeah, definitely, I don't know why I broke that block. Put your block there, and you want your observer facing down into this block. So you're going to get on top of the block, hop, and place. So the face is down. So when you break this block, it's going to trigger that observer. And every time this water dispenses, it's going to trigger that observer. Every time that water gets sucked back in, it's going to trigger this observer. So you want that block down there under the observer. I just took mine out to use for a step. And then you place your next dispenser right on top of that. And off of your dispenser, you do another platform, and then you repeat. And that's pretty much all there is to it, the whole process, all the way up. Alright, I've made it to what is going to be the top of my platforms, because I'm too close to the ceiling to go any higher. And at this point, you can start taking your torches off your walls if you have them on there. And I definitely did do overkill. Make sure all of your dispensers have water buckets in them as you go up. That helps. If not, definitely make sure they do before you start breaking any blocks on the layers. So our layers are going to offset from each other. When we break this block and we come out here and pillar up to the top layer, you can see that the water is out. So when we go down to the next layer down, and let's go ahead and take a look real quick. We can go down a layer, and when we break that block, this layer is going to flood, but the top layer won't be flooded because the observers will all interact with each other. So see, this layer flooded because we broke the last block down, initiating the observer, and by sucking up that water initiated this one, which is going to offset our farm as we work our way down and do all the timing for us. Now before we put the items in and have mobs dropping off on our head, we're going to kind of clean up down here and get our water in to feed them down into our system. It's pretty dark up there. They're probably spawning already. So the last thing we want is to flush a creeper down here and blow up a lot of our work. So let's get our collection system in place and see what kind of results we have after that. As I had mentioned, we're going to put water in every other spot. Otherwise, you're going to end up with water sources, and this thing's not going to flow at all. There are going to be some problems, I believe, with water backing into the corners there a little bit. I'm going to figure out a way to tweak that later on, and of course I'll let you guys know what I do to fix it up. But this is going to be, I believe, sufficient enough for the purposes of now, because I mean most of the water does flow into the direction we need it to. So it's been a couple minutes, and if we take a peek, it looks like we've already gotten a couple zombies and a few skeletons, which is great. But the main things we're really wanting from this is the gunpowder from the creepers, and the drops from the witches. You can get the potions and the glowstone dust and all the cool stuff. I mean, they drop sticks, sugar, just a lot of different things, but the potions and the glowstone dust would be nice, especially. But it's really the gunpowder. Alright, since we have 20 subscribers, we can finally get this thing built. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way and do a short little time lapse. I think would be cool. Alright, so we have our building complete. MPS has come to our world. And when we step inside, it looks like we have a mail slot here and a book that is currently blank, where comments and questions and things like that I think deserve a bit more of a response than just in the chat, in the comment section, can get drug up here, and we can use it for a lot of really cool things. So the Minecraft Postal Service has made it to our world. That means we are officially on the Minecraft map, and that's thanks to all of you guys who watch these episodes and do the subscriptions and the likes and the comments in the videos. Let me know what you guys think about the mob farm and, anything else in the world or Minecraft related. And let's have a lot of fun as this series continues. Alright, as we get ready to wrap it up, it looks like we got us a captain over here. So maybe we should do us a raid in the next episode. What do you guys think? We haven't done one of those yet. It could be a lot of fun. If you've made it this far in the video, big shout out to you. I appreciate, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate each and every one of you. And I always enjoy reading your comments and thoughts and seeing the participation in the community that we're creating. It's pretty amazing. If you haven't already, give the video a big thumbs up. If you like the content, share it with your friends, and we can continue to grow. And our world has got a lot to go still, so we're just gonna keep on chugging along. If you're not already, hit that subscription button and ring that bell so that you don't miss out on future episodes. And I'll see you in the next video.